to Aaron Taylor,
the real estate guy.
See your Vegas Golden Knights on March 6th against Calgary on the Flight Deck. Presented by Allegiant. The Flight Deck is where all the off-the-ice excitement happens, from the Knights Castle to the Night Line. Tickets in the Flight Deck are standing room only and include all-you-can-eat food, beer, and wine. Tickets are just $140. Go to lvsportsnetwork.com for the link and use the promo code RADIO. Sponsored by Glenn Werner Injury Attorneys. In a wreck and need a check? One call. That's all. Resale and transfer restricted on these Flight Deck sales. Tickets will be delivered by a flash seats 48 hours before the game.
This is JT for the Caesars Sports app, the sports book in the palm of your hand. No need to ever wait in line with the most convenient way to place a sports wager anytime, anywhere in Nevada. So head to any Caesars Entertainment sports book and conveniently sign up. It's the Caesars Sports app.
Everyone knows that even good people fall on hard times. Your credit cards get maxed out, and you get behind on your taxes. Unfortunately, the IRS is not as understanding, and they won't stop until they collect. They have the power to take your paycheck, freeze your bank accounts. Even your home or business could be at risk. It's simply not worth it to take on the IRS by yourself. You need to call the experts at Optima Tax Relief. When you call, be sure to ask about the Fresh Start Initiative. It's a special IRS tax debt assistance program that could save you thousands, even tens of thousands. Optima will immediately provide you with a team of professionals who could protect you from the IRS, ensuring that you get the best possible outcome. The Better Business Bureau has awarded them an A+ rating, and you will too. So put the hard times behind you and call Optima today for a free consultation.
Call 800-375-2922. 800-375-2922. 800-375-2922.
Optima Tax Relief.
Some restrictions apply. For complete details, please visit OptimaTaxRelief.com.
Cliff Miller with me, Dave Cokin. We're talking about what's happening at MJ Christensen at Boca Park. And let's talk about diamonds, because they're a girl's best friend, and they're also the most intimidating thing in the world for guys.
They see a GSI 1 carat, and one's $4,000 and one's $14,000, and they don't understand why. That's why people are flooding into MJ, because we'll sit you down and educate you and help you select the perfect diamond for your occasion.
MJ Christensen, something special for the love of your life. Located at Boca Park. Hey, it's Steph for Sunburst Shutters. Maybe you've heard me tell you how much I love my Sunburst Shutters, or the amazing customer service they offer. Guess what? It's all true. But now it's your turn to experience Sunburst Shutters. Maybe home improvements are on your list of to-dos this year, or a new home is in your future. Whatever it is, you need to check out sunburstshutters.com. Go there and play around in their idea gallery. See what fits your style, your new home, the home improvements. Whatever it is, Sunburst Shutters can dramatically change the look and feel of your home. Even better, they help keep the power bills down, which is a bonus in the summer. They're Polywood shutters, made in the USA, and they have a lifetime warranty. So give your home a new look with the best window treatments around. That's Sunburst Shutters. Visit them on Flamingo and Torrey Pines or online at sunburstshutterslasvegas.com. Call them 702-367-1600. That's 702-367-1600. Sunburst Shutters.
I'm Derek England, and Vegas is my home. I work here, I play here, I even get my cars here. Findlay Kia is my dealership. I appreciate the fact that they're Vegas born and bred. Whether you're looking for a fun-to-drive compact like the Kia Soul, a mid-size SUV like the Kia Sorento, or a performance luxury car like the Kia Stinger, come see Findlay Kia. Getting it right is their driving ambition, and I know a little something about that.
You see them all around town. Cintas trucks and their service reps taking care of customers. When companies use Cintas, you know they're confident and ready. Cintas helps with their fire protection and first aid and safety programs, handles their apparel solutions, and helps keep their facility and restrooms clean and stocked. So you know those companies care about their employees, facilities, and image. When all those things work together, they're ready for business.
Oh, I'm ready!
Get Cintas and get ready for the workday.
Hello, friends. This is Thomas Johnson from Joe's Seafood Prime Steak and Stone Crab. Need a great idea for lunch or dinner? Your best bet is Joe's, one of the most popular dining destinations on the Strip. Joe's provides the ideal setting for private parties with accommodations for up to 150 guests. Stop by to see us at the Forum Shops at Caesars and ask for Thomas Johnson, your maitre d'.
702-792-9222 is the phone number at Joe's to make a reservation to have an absolutely fantastic dinner or lunch. Don't forget they're open 11:30 full lunch every day, and usually pretty crowded down at the Forum Shops at Caesars Palace. We hope you'll stop down, give them a little business, and you'll be happy you did. What do we have today from Ralph? We know these plays have been absolutely tremendous. If you've just been following these angles of the day, you're doing really well.
Yeah, I think 5-1 the last 6, and heading into today, we've got one of those double edge. Both teams heading the same direction on the total, and that is the Spurs on the road this year, 21-4-1 to the over. Spurs also, when they're an underdog, 18-3 to the over. And the Brooklyn Nets, how about this? When they're playing Southwest Division opponents, perfect 7-0 to the over. That's a lot of overs. So we're going to go ahead, and it's a big over. 233.5, and the Spurs, very uncharacteristic. If you've been watching them lately, Dave, they are not playing good defense at all. Not what you expect out of a pop coach team.
Time to move to Major League Baseball, and we begin the 2019 team previews today. Where applicable, we'll get you. Obviously, we'll tell you what the total over and under win totals are on each team, and if one of us has a play, we'll get you that as well. And I happen to be involved already. I've only made a couple of over and under win prop bets so far, but one of them is on this Arizona Diamondbacks team. Total on them is 74.5. Diamondbacks could be a long year down in the desert.
Yeah, they've lost some players from last year, most notably. Goldschmidt's gone. Now, granted, he wasn't the same the last year or so, but he still provided at stretches that power that, they needed. Going to have to replace that offense from him. Patrick Corbin, that's the big, he was good on the rotation last year. So you've got a lot of question marks. Also, A.J. Pollock in center field. How about Jake Lamb? He, after the injury, wasn't the same last year.
No, and he can't hit lefties either. And he's now projected as the first baseman for the team. And by the way, he's already hurt.
Yeah.
This has been an ongoing problem with him. And to me, he's ideally he's more of a platoon guy. He's not really very good against lefties. He can kill righties. But to me, that's a big drop-off from Goldschmidt to Lamb. And you've also got, look, I think he did a nice job last year, and particularly with his offense, Ketel Marte. But now he's the everyday center fielder. It's a new position for him, and I don't know if his offense will carry as much to the outfield. He's replacing A.J. Pollock, who, granted, was a guy who couldn't stay healthy, but Pollock was still a dynamic player on this baseball team. You take Corbin out of the mix. Zach Greinke is a year older.
Yeah. Robbie Ray's got to stay healthy.
Yeah, and stay consistent, which he is had trouble doing. Ray's lapses in control have been notorious at times. The bullpen was okay last year. Archie Bradley was dominant at times.
He also he had some really bad stretches last year.
Second half of the season, he was not very good. And remember, that's when the Diamondbacks were in the race and then fell out of the race. They ultimately ended up being a roughly 500 team. I don't see how they're going to get there this year. They're simply worse on paper than they were a year ago. You take a look at their catching. I don't know what they're going to get out of that position. They don't have a first-unit catcher. They basically have 4 backup catchers in camp, none of whom can hit. And who's it going to be? Omar Narvaez as and Alex Avila? Is that going to be a combination? I don't like it. And you're in a very difficult division because the Dodgers are really good. The Rockies I don't know if the Rockies will be as good as they were last year, but I think they're going to be okay.
The pitching is going to be the question mark there.
Yeah,
they got
tough to repeat that.
Yeah.
But they're still going to be an okay team. And look, they lost a talented guy in LeMahieu. They might Ian Desmond in center worries me. So the Rockies, I don't know how good they're going to be, but they'll be okay, I think.
The Padres are going to be much improved.
Padres should be much better.
Yeah.
And the Giants won't be as bad as they were last year.
So where do they get the wins to get to 500 again?
I look at the Dodgers, as the Diamondbacks as unless the bottom falls out for the Rockies, and that is possible, especially if the Arenado thing starts to impact the team, because it's he's not going to re-sign or whatever. They're trying to work a deal, but if they don't, that's the type of thing that could have a negative impact. And the Rockies haven't gotten involved with them yet, but I suspect I'm going to be playing the under on them. I just don't know where the Diamondbacks avoid last place. I think they're going to have trouble winning 70 games with the team I'm seeing on the field right now, and that's assuming they stay healthy.
Where are you looking 4th, 5th pitcher? Luke Weaver with the trade?
I'd say Godley is probably the 3. I think Weaver's probably the 4. And, we'll see is the 5. And we'll see is not the worst 5 in the world because number 5s aren't supposed to be really good. That's why Tampa went the route they did last year and went to the closer, the opener deal,
right?
Because their 4 and 5 were just not very good. So it's like, well, let's shorten their innings and try and stay in the game early by putting a pretty good relief pitcher in. I maybe the Diamondbacks go that route. Is it possible they take somebody out of the pen? I don't think Bradley would be the guy, but somebody else out of the pen and say, let's go the opener route in the 4th and 5th slot because I'm still not sold that Godley Godley's really good once through the order. Yeah. After that, he starts to slip a little bit. So, he could be more useful in a setting like that.
Holland's at the end of his career. Do you
he's
think
he's the closer now, supposedly.
Do you? That's a big question mark because you don't know what you're going to get there.
He's been a cat. He's had a bunch of lives already, but at some point, even the cat only has 9 lives. I don't know if Greg Holland's going to have 9. And he did look a little better at the very end of last season after the Cardinals had said, "Okay, get out of here." So maybe there's something left there, but it's dicey. And Bradley he's a one-pitch guy. Let's call it straight. He's got one really good pitch. The rest, I don't know. Boxberger isn't there anymore, although Boxberger was no bargain as a closer anyway. It just looks like a bad mix. And by the way, I think their home field advantage will be the least of any of the teams in the division. They don't draw that well, and it's not an opposing ballpark to go in and play at. No. You can make a case that, that's been that's what Petco's been for the last several years. Not exactly a place teams fear going. In fact, they like going there because the weather's nice and the surroundings are nice. But things are going to change in San Diego. They already have because there's just a different a winning culture now that they're trying to put in place with Machado and some other young talent that's coming up. I think Arizona's the team in trouble in this division.
Yeah, I agree. The under was the way to go with them this year. I just don't see them getting close to 500, and you're looking at 74.5.
I did play that one already. Not the strongest play I made, but that's one that I thought. And look, I'm not going to be shocked if I lose it, but I think I've got a pretty good chance to win it. So that's the first of the teams. Now, next up, well, this is easy. I don't have the list in front of me, but I know the other team that begins with an A in the National League is the Atlanta Braves. So we will get to the Braves in tomorrow's show and start breaking them down. And whereas the Diamondbacks might be a team that's heading in the wrong direction, I don't think anybody's going to say that about the Braves.
No, definitely. They had a great year last year. I think a year ahead of schedule. I don't think.
Yeah, I agree.
Yeah, that they were ready there. And so much whenever you get there a year ahead of schedule, you automatically assume that, it's going to be the next jump that they're going to do it. But, sometimes those young guys just maybe have that little step backwards.
That could happen. Could happen. We'll break down the Braves in detail tomorrow. Meanwhile, we've still got our Wager Talk marquee matchup to look at. And if you wonder why we haven't mentioned the Lakers yet, well, they're coming up in the marquee matchup next.
The Las Vegas Sportsline.
The Findlay Automotive Group is excited to introduce the all-new Findlay Volvo, located at 5385 West Sahara Avenue. Experience their award-winning cars and SUVs and see why Volvo is the fastest-growing luxury brand in Las Vegas. Call 702-982-4900 or visit FindlayVolvoLV.com today.
Join 80,000 fans at the USA Sevens Rugby Tournament and International Beer and Food Festival at Sam Boyd Stadium, March 1st through the 3rd. Go to LVSportsNetwork.com and register to win VIP tickets that include VIP parking and complimentary food and beverage. Contest ends February 26th.
Sporting events are the ultimate showcase for millions of fans around the globe, and they can be the ultimate vehicle to put your business in front of them. Join us for the inaugural Global Sports Summit on February 27th. This summit will provide direction for businesses on how to tap into this lucrative and dedicated market. The LVCVA is hosting this unique event as part of the Ultimate Vegas Sports Weekend. The summit will feature some of the top minds and brands in sports, including UFC COO Lawrence Epstein and Vegas Golden Knights President Kerry Bubolz, along with many others. For more information, go to sportsbizsummit.com.
With John Lyons from Lyons Physical Therapy. So why are physical therapists often the best option to see after you get hurt?
Dave, we specialize in musculoskeletal disorders, which essentially means injuries to muscle, bone, and soft tissue, which are the majority of injuries. So we can identify what the pain source is, and if an appropriate referral needs to be made to, say, an orthopedic surgeon a neurologist, a pain management specialist. So we can do an in-depth screen of the injury and then refer it out